Hello Pisces, and welcome to your reading by the Blessings Foundry. Today's reading will give you guidance and messages from Spirit to help you through your day and on your soul's journey. Let's get some shuffles in here and see what Spirit has for you today. Okay. All right, let's see what messages and guidance we can get for you. Spirit, what messages and guidance do you have for Pisces at the time they view this video, please? What messages and guidance do you have for Pisces at the time they view this video? What messages and guidance do you have for Pisces? Okay, that's too many. I'm getting these ones right there. Okay, so the first message we have is the Queen of Cups. Feminine water energy, being in your power, being in touch with your emotions. We see the Queen of Cups, her hand resting on the cup. She's looking forward. She's not looking at the cup. She's not concerned about what she doesn't know. She's confident in what she's feeling, confident in intuitive, empathic abilities. The next card we have is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is Taurus energy. This is also beliefs. It can be beliefs learned from religion or the way you were brought up. The Hierophant also represents structure. It also represents divinity. So some of you could be thinking about religious or spiritual beliefs during this time. I'm also hearing organization from the Hierophant as well. I'm also hearing you could be at a crossroads. You could be at a crossroads in something you're believing. The next card we have is the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords being about taking action, very rapid energy, making haste. It can also be a harsh truth, but I'm getting more of an action energy off of it. What other messages do you have for Pisces, please? Then we have the Four of Cups, disinterested in something that may be coming or not seeing something that is coming. What other messages for Pisces, please? What other, thank you. Then we have the we have two cards here. The Five of Wands is next because I felt the energy off of that primarily. So we're seeing some type of, I'm feeling apathy, discontent, boredom. You've kind of been through some things before. You're not really wanting to go down the same road. There is change that's knocking on your door though, and it may seem a little chaotic, it may be lacking clarity a little bit as to what direction the change will bring you in. We have the Five of Wands and the Knight of Swords, both indicating some type of change or movement. Then we have the Justice card. I'm hearing divine contract. Hierophant, justice, justice being contract, Hierophant being divine or divinity. Justice also being Libra energy, making a right, fair, truthful, honest decision. This also being about accountability. So let's dive into this and see what else we can find for you. So I'm hearing, you know things are changing, and they're going to be going in the best right direction for you. Pardon me. But that does not mitigate the fact that there is a lack of clarity. You are having faith. I don't feel there's a lack of faith because we have Hierophant here, which is representing faith, divinity. It's just you may have a lack of clarity, a lack of sight into what the path will lead, even though you know the path is leading you in the right direction. I hope that makes sense. What is this Queen of Cups, please? It's like as a metaphor, you know you're getting in your car and you know you're going to the grocery store. Excuse me. And you know what specific, like you might, as you go to the grocery store, you know the route in general because you've probably been to that grocery store before, or even if you're going to a different grocery store. And you know the general gist of things, that you're going to encounter some changes. You might have stoplights, stop signs, You might have a left turn, a right turn. You know the general gist of it, but you don't know what you might encounter during the way. But you know, in general, you might not be going to a specific grocery store where you see, oh yes, I'm going to X name of this grocery store. The grocery store is going to be exactly like this, but you know you're going to a grocery store. You know the outcome or general mission is to get groceries. You're going to get groceries, whether that's a grocery store or a supermarket or farmer's market or something. Do you see what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go on. That was kind of a weird metaphor. What is this Queen of Cups, please? What do we need to know about this Queen of Cups? What is this Queen of Cups for Pisces? Okay, these ones. So we have a burden. You know you're at the end of a cycle. Tens being the end. Wands being passions. I'm hearing these wands, these particular wands are the things you're carrying. And you may have been carrying this load for longer than you had anticipated. You may have been shouldering this burden much longer than you had anticipated. This may not be a popular message because it's tiring to hear. There's a message in the pain. There's a message in the burden. There's a message in the load that you're carrying. Not only is there a message, but there's a lesson. And once you've come to understand the purpose, the teaching, the value in what you're carrying, once you come to that place, you'll be able to move forward and put the burden down. Pain comes, and it might not be pain, it might be a burden, but I'll just use the reference of pain. Pain is a valuable teacher. It comes to us because pain is something that is very difficult for us to avoid. If your finger hurts, it's kind of hard to deny the fact that your finger hurts. You know, sometimes you had to put a Band-Aid on it. Sometimes you had to take a pain medicine to help the pain go away. But in this case, we see a burden or a pain or some type of load or difficulty that has really needed to be addressed in order for you to move forward. And that's when we're seeing you really coming to terms with what it is you're carrying or what it is you're needing to know. And that's why we see the Queen of Cups with her hand gently on the cup, because she's come to terms, come to understanding, come to acceptance of feeling the pain, because the Queen of Cups feels, I feel. Whereas like the Queen of Swords is I know. The Queen of Pentacles would be I have, right? So we're seeing being at a crossroads, having come to a point of acceptance, accepting the message of what the burden was there to teach you about. What is this Knight, or what is this Hierophant for Pisces? What is this Hierophant for Pisces, please, Spirit? Oops, hold on. Now you're looking straight at it. So here, you're like, yeah, I'm understanding. Here, you're understanding. You're getting in touch with it. You're touching the cup. You're coming to terms with your emotions or what the lesson's teaching you. And here, you're looking straight at it. You're addressing the situation. You're coming to a point where you're at the crossroads. You recognize what it is. Let's take a look at this next card. Five of Wands again. There's change ahead. There's unavoidable change. There's maybe some chaos. There could even be some drama, some strife, some arguments around you as a result of you coming to a point of knowing, of understanding, of acceptance of the emotion, of acceptance of the lesson. Once you come to, let's go back to the finger. You have a pain in your finger. Instead of trying to put a Band-Aid on it and say, yeah, my finger hurts, but I'm just going to put this Band-Aid on it and continue forward with this pain and not address the underlying root cause, what's happening here is you're understanding the source of the pain, the source of the burden, and you're coming to terms of accepting it. And as you accept it, as you understand. It's not just about understanding, or I stand corrected. It's not just about accepting. It's about really understanding. And that's why we have the Hierophant. It's about understanding. And once you come to that understanding, you become at a crossroads, or you are now at a crossroads of where you were with the pain versus moving forward to something new. And we do see you taking action. What is this Knight of Swords, please? What is this Knight of Swords? Now, the Knight of Swords could also be a harsh truth, a harsh reality of what you've learned within this lesson or this situation, or what it has taught you. What is this Knight of Swords, please? What does Pisces need to know about this Knight of Swords? What is this Knight of Swords for Pisces? Okay, we're going to take the Eight of Swords. So the word I'm hearing is benevolence. And the word benevolence for these two cards is because there's a knowing about needing to take action, but there's at the same time coexisting an inhibition, is that the right thing? A inhibition, a reluctance to move forward because of your own mindset, because of your own self-imposed restraints or constraints. Eight of Swords speaks about really holding yourself back. It's about being in a mental prison, but one that you could easily get out of if you took the blindfold off, took the binds off your arms, and just walked out. Like, if you would allow yourself to see the fact that you have more power in the situation than you're allowing yourself to employ or take hold of. One more card for this Knight of Swords. You're not powerless here. What is this Knight of Swords, please? In fact, you're not powerless, and Spirit is wanting you to take action. What is this Knight of Swords? One more card, please. Show us one more card for this Knight of Swords. And here we get another blindfold. You're at this place. Remember how we were saying you're at a crossroads with the Hierophant. And I say crossroads just in case you want to know, because we have the keys here. The keys unlock doors, right? So you have to take a key in order to unlock the door. So you have to take an action. But here we're seeing the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords. Together, the 8 and the 2 is 10 of Swords. You alone can get yourself out of this potential ending, potential disaster, potential stagnancy, because it's up to you to take action to move forward. Now let's see this Four of Cups, because there seems as though there's apathy, discontent, and boredom. Let's just say there's a lack of enthusiasm about moving forward, because you've been through burden, you've been through chaos, you've been through change, there's still a part of you that, even though you're seeing the burden, hasn't necessarily moved forward from it. So what is this Four of Cups for Pisces, please? What is this Four of Cups? And that's why we're getting repeat Five of Wands here. We'll see that in a moment. What is this Four of Cups for Pisces? There's something new coming in Pisces, something you haven't had before, an answered prayer, a healing, a divine blessing, a new emotional beginning. But you're resigned to sit here and reluctant to look up, reluctant to see it. And part of that is, we're seeing here, you're moving forward from the blindfolds eventually. Eventually, you're going to make a decision to remove the blindfolds. If you don't, then we see stagnancy. 8 and 2 is 10. If you don't remove the blindfolds, you're heading towards the 10 of Swords. And this is going to be an active choice, because the minor arcana represent your free will. These are free will cards. If you have the choice to take action and change or move out of this energy, see the Knight of Swords is moving away from this stagnant energy. But what we're seeing here, Pisces, is even though you move out of being blindfolded, the next energy, Four of Cups, the person is not blindfolded. There's still a posture of not being open, of not being receptive. And it may be because you don't understand that what is coming for you out of this change, out of being at this crossroads, is this Ace of Cups. Something you've wanted, something you've prayed for, some type of new emotional beginning, some type of blessing. Let's move on to this Five of Wands. What is this Five of Wands for Pisces, please? What is this Five of Wands? What is this Five of Wands? These ones? Okay. What did we say? I said just a moment ago, this is why we have two Five of Wands. Because it shows the chaos and then it shows the movement. That you're moving out of the stagnancy, you're moving out of being blindfolded, and you're not only making, taking, allowing change, but you're going to have victory, a progression from the Five of Wands to the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is victory, success, accolades, recognition, reward. The next card we have is the Nine of Swords. We still see the energy of worry, I'm hearing the word scarcity. So part of what might be causing you anxiety or stress is a mental impact of scarcity. And when I say a mental impact of scarcity, it's something that isn't necessarily true because you're focusing more on scarcity rather than abundance. I hope that makes sense. So that's creating an energy of lack to begin to manifest. When you're in the energy of anxiety, of stress, of nervousness about your security, about your stability, about if things will work out, you're creating the energy, you're focusing your energy on not having, which would lead you to not having, versus focusing on the success, on the blessing, on the flow of positive energy. And let's just step back for a second. It's understandable, maybe not acceptable, but it's understandable why you would have this Nine of Swords come up here. We see the Nine of Swords next to the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is victory. It's quite opposite from the Nine of Swords. When you're in the Nine of Swords energy, you're not feeling victorious. You're not feeling strong. You're feeling weak. You're feeling vulnerable. You're feeling that energy of scarcity. You know, anxiety, sleepless nights, bad dreams, wondering what if, worry scenarios. But what we're seeing here is about moving out of that energy into truth, into making the right, best decisions for yourself. You've gone through the energies of accountability, first acceptance. That's what we're seeing up here is acceptance. And then removing the blindfold and moving into the energy of accountability where there's recognition and reward. And what are you accepting? What are you having accountability for? You're accepting the fact that you've carried a burden, and you're accepting the lesson, the teaching, the meaning of what that burden was, of what that trial, that tribulation was. Now we're arriving finally at the Justice card. The Justice is truth. The Justice is accountability. The Justice is also a yes answer. It can also be a contract. Let's see. What is this Justice for Pisces, please? It's also fair and balanced energy. Knight of Swords again, repeating energy. One more card for this Justice. One more card for this Justice, please. So let's first address this. I haven't seen this card yet, so let's address this. We have the Justice here. I stand corrected. We have the Knight of Swords here saying, Pisces, it's time to move out of benevolence. It's time to move out of being blindfolded and take power, take action over your mental processes, take action over your life, take action over this situation. We have it repeated, the Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords repeated with the Justice card. Justice being about making a decision, going in the right direction, addressing things. Let's see what this next card is. And a message coming through, embarking on a new journey. The Knight of Swords with the Page of Wands can indicate a message coming through very rapidly. The Justice card can be legal or contractual. It can also be, let's pull one more card. I'm going to pull a card out of the primary deck for this Justice card. Spirit, what is this Justice? Show us exactly what this Justice is for Pisces. And we have the Seven of Wands. So for some of you, this can be a legal defense or legal documents, a defense, a legal defense. This is also standing up. Yes, thank you, Spirit. Standing up for what you know to be true, what you know to be right, out of your experience, out of what is honest and true and right. So where does this leave us? So we're starting the message with the fact that you're carrying this burden, you're shouldering something, pardon me, and perhaps you've been doing it way far longer than you had anticipated or expected. Or you're dealing with something you never expected to be dealing with. We see you making a decision or coming to the place of acceptance that leaves you at a crossroads where change is inevitable. But at the same time, change is chaotic, change is difficult, change is very stirring. But the cost of not changing is stagnancy, of not moving forward, of not moving on to your Ace of Cups, to a blessing, to a divine gift, to an answered prayer, to a healing, whatever this Ace of Cups will be for you. And for each of you, it's going to be something uniquely different because each of you have uniquely different callings and uniquely different lives. But we see on the other side of stagnancy, on the other side of this 8 and 10, 8 and 2 of Swords, which is 10, making a decision to come out of that before it comes into the 10 of Swords, painful ending, is a choice to see, to lift your head up, keep your chin up, Pisces, so you can see the blessings trying to flow down to you, flow down for you. And then we see the change coming and you successfully embracing this change victoriously, but there's still an energy of scarcity and energy of anxiety that's surrounding you. But you're standing up for what you know is right, and that is going to require you to take action, to move forward. You may be receiving a message coming in that helps you to move forward, but I feel this Page of Wands is really looking forward towards your future. Let's get one more card for this Justice card and we'll close out. One more card for this Justice. Please help us understand. One more card for this Justice. Show us what this Justice is. One more card for this Justice, please, Spirit. Thank you. And we have Judgment. You're making a decision. So not only are you making a decision to move forward, to stand up for what is right and true and best for you, you're moving forward to an awakening and a rebirth. There's a blessing and there's a calling upon you. There's a blessing and a calling upon your life, Pisces. Many of you feel this. Many of you know this. Some of you don't know what it is. In order to become closer and more connected, to have more clarity and sight into what that calling is, what that blessing is for you, what the awakening will be for you, it's imperative, necessary, important for you to recognize the message, the teaching, the learning of the burden and to move forward, even though it's difficult, to go through the change, to come out of benevolence, to come out of stagnation, to come out of apathy, discontent, and boredom, and move forward, recognizing that there is a divine blessing. This is the Ace of Cups also represents spiritual gifts. Spiritual gifts can be the gift of wisdom, the gift of administration, the gift of healing, you can look up what spiritual gifts are. And then maybe I'll do a reading on spiritual gifts sometimes. Maybe that'll help. But what we're seeing here overall is a movement out of a lesson and a change into awakening and rebirth. This is the message I have for you today, Pisces, and I hope it helps. God bless.